All right, thought I would switch things up and take this video in my little meditation alcove, which for those of you who watch my videos, I usually am over there on the other side of this bookshelf, which is where my work desk is, and I usually sit there and film. But I thought maybe to talk about meditation, I would sit here. The dog's a little bit confused because usually when I meditate, I'm facing the other way. But behind me here now is my altar and some images. Behind the camera now is just a blank wall, so it's not as interesting. So we'll see. But this guy here, Baron, is the one who usually is actually sitting with me. The other dog, Izzle, comes in at the end. He hears me finishing up and comes running in with a toy. But Baron's really the one who sits with me. So, the idea of the examined life, and specifically, we are the examined, not the examiner. I find this is really helpful as a prompt to get away from the idea of a permanent, established reference self that is doing things. So, follow the thread here. This is kind of what I've been thinking about lately. When we meditate, there's a lot of things going on, but one of the sort of shared, consistent ideas of meditation is that we're examining the nature of mind. We're examining how our thoughts work, and specifically how we're attached to thoughts, and how we tend to operate on the idea that there's a thinker of the thoughts, and that these thoughts are things that happen to us, to some kind of entity within our being, to which the phenomena, thoughts, and experiences are happening. And so when we examine the examined life, that sort of Socratic idea or the Stoic idea of the examined life, it's easy to take the idea of maybe journaling and seeing it as a self who is writing the events that have happened to me. But I would propose that what it really is an examination of the habits that we have promulgated, and that we are the accumulated output of those habits. So it's common saying that we are our habits. But I want to challenge that just a little bit, because that still assumes that there's a me who is doing the habits. But here's the experiment. For the last 50 days or so, I'm on a 75-day program, 75 hard, for those of you who recognize that or are interested in looking at it. But it's a really rigorous set of habits. And one of the things that's become really apparent, first, I feel great. There's exercise, there's some diet, there's a water consumption goal. This is all in addition to my normal meditation, but I feel great. I've lost a bit of weight. I've been exercising more than I have in a long time. And it's easy to think that I am feeling great, that I have accomplished something, that I've reached a certain level of fitness or discipline or consistency. But I didn't feel this way until I initiated those habits. And if I stopped doing those habits, I would decline from how I feel right now. Right? I am not someone who has acquired a certain set of skills that are embedded in me. I'm not a person who can do certain things. I am the result of having done a bunch of different things. And this is what's meant by, you are your habits. You are what you do. It's what the Buddha meant. You are what your mind follows what you take in. Because we are this stream of phenomena, and applying some habits to that stream will shape the stream. But the stream is still the stream, and will lose that shape if other habits take its place. And not doing habits or discipline is the same as doing habits or doing disciplines, just a different outcome. So I'm the outcome of those habits. It is not me. There's not a me that now has achieved this. No. There is a flow of phenomena that has been shaped by the fact that I have cultivated certain behaviors. It's why in Sutra we talk about cultivating wholesome behaviors and avoiding unwholesome. At no point do we ever never crystallize into wholesome. This is my feeling right now. This is my experience right now. There's a lived experience of being the result of the habits that we've formed. It's really apparent when I've spent the last, 2 months, 2 out of 3 months, exercising, drinking water, in addition to my meditation. My current sensation is different. That's a very gross level. Habits during the day, impact on the body, right? But it's the same even at the small and neurological level of thoughts while I meditate. Cultivating wholesome thoughts during meditation alters the outcome of the flow. It's the only thing that will, because there isn't anything else to change. There isn't there's a body. Don't look. But my body has changed because of daily practice, and my mind changes because of immediate controls or focus on the thoughts. It's why it's so urgent to stop using social media. I struggle with this. Well, in fact, what I've been realizing is that social media is the problem, but the real problem is my fucking phone. It's not just that the social media is garbage. It's the act of holding my phone in front of my face and just ignoring everything around me. It's like a drug. It's a physical. The phone itself. Social media is riding, but social media is a parasite on the phone. The phone is the disease. I saw a metric on my phone. I picked that phone up 200 times in a day. 200 times. Let's assume that I'm not picking it up as often between 8 a.m. and 4 a.m. Let's assume that there's 8 hours a day where, I'm not doing it. What am I doing picking up my phone 15, 20 times an hour? I bet there are hours during the workday when I'm picking my phone up 30 times in an hour. Doing what? I don't know. So, anyway, that's a bit of a tangent there. But you see, what if I were to simply turn off my phone, which I'm not going to do because I need it. I work with it. Within a month, my entire metabolism would change. I think this is what McLuhan was talking about as well, when he talked about hot and cold, the intake mechanism of the media, and the flip of the media. The medium is the message is just a part of what is really powerful about McLuhan. He talked a lot about sort of the exteriorization of our nervous system through this electronic media. And remember, He was just talking about television and telegraph and telephone. I don't think he was anticipating the internet. I don't think he did. He was visionary, but he was spiritually visionary. And I don't think he anticipated that technology. He just was right on, even with the technology that was available in the 60s and 70s. So we are our habits. So make a conscious decision to pick some and do them every day. When I start with the meditation class, people ask, well, how often, how much should I meditate? Do I need to meditate an hour a day? No. You know what you need to do? You need to meditate every day. And if that's 20 minutes or 1 minute, it doesn't matter. Do it every day. 1 minute a day. And then you're in the stream. Everything after that is just details. The difference between a minute a day and an hour a day is not as great as the difference between no minutes a day and 1 minute a day. The difference between no minutes and 1 minute is infinite. The difference between 1 minute and an hour is just effort. You know, it's not, the shift is from 0 to 1. So get to 1 minute a day every day. Every day. That's the thing. So. Anyway, it's Friday before Memorial Day weekend here in the US, so it's a long weekend. I'm actually on vacation from work today. The Friday we're driving out, so I'm gonna wrap this up and edit it later tonight, put it up there. Let me know what you think about the space, and neither of my dogs are with me. They can tell that I'm not really meditating. So keep your wits about you. I almost said keep thy wits about thee. Keep thou thy wits about thee.